Hi everyone, welcome to my next crochet tutorial with me, Laura, and in this video we have triangle number 3 for my crochet along, and this is for my bunting. I think it's also in America called pennants. They're like a type of decoration. We're making these triangles to then string up together as a decoration, and my little Shiba Inu wants to play. So this video, we're doing this third triangle today, which is my diamond triangle, but just briefly talk about my little Shiba Inu. This is a new pattern that is now available on my website, happyberry.co.uk, a free crochet pattern. If you want to go grab that pattern, you can do right now. And also join me on Instagram, where you can vote to have this as a video tutorial. So there is some various posts up there. Just let me know if you would like him as a video tutorial. You can let me know here as well if you don't have Instagram. And I might make him into a crochet along as well, because he takes a while to make. But anyway, let's crack on with triangle number 3, shall we? So for this crochet along, you can use any yarn that you like and any hook that size blah 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 any hook that's suitable for the yarn that you're using. So it's a really good yarn scrap project, but I happen to be using a DK light worsted weight yarns. This is a yarn weight of 3, and with that I'm using a 4mm crochet hook, G crochet hook. So for this one I use like a peach and a purple colour, so I think for this triangle we start down here. So I started with the peach, so I'm going to start with the purple just to do the opposite. So let's begin, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chain 4. So we're going to chain 4 to begin. Okie dokie. So chain 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so we chain 4. Then what are we going to do? We're going to do 1 double crochet in our first chain. So this pattern's in US terminology. So in UK terminology, that's going to be a treble. So we're going to yarn over, going to put our hook into that first chain, into there, and we're going to do a double crochet in there. Okay. Then we're going to chain 1 in between, and we're going to do 2 double crochet in that first chain. So we're going to go back into that first chain and do 2 more double crochets. So we do 1 and another one. There we go. So that's the end of our first row. Then what we want to do is we want to change colour. So we're going to alternate the colour on every other row. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our yarn, new colour, and we're going to bring that through the loop on our hook, and I'm just going to pull the purple, pull the purple down, and then bring the peachy colour down. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. So we'll just ignore that little sort of change colour. We're going to chain 3 on top of that. 1, 2, 3. I think I've been doing tutorials for too long now because I can't seem to speak anymore. So we're going to chain 3 and we're going to turn our work. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a double crochet in between the first 2 previous double crochets down here. But what we want to do is we want to carry our purple yarn. So I'm just going to bring up my purple yarn, just pop that on the top, and I'm going to yarn over, go in between those double crochets in there. Bring the yarn through, then wrapping it around my yarn, I'm going to do a double crochet. Okay, you might want to just pull that purple. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 2 double crochet in the chain 1 space. There's chain 1 space in the middle, and I'm still carrying that purple yarn. So wrapping it around, we're going to do 2 double crochet in there. Then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 2 double crochet between the last 2 double crochets. So you've got these 2 double crochets left. So in that gap there, again still carrying the purple yarn, we're going to do 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Okay, so that's the end of your second row. Then for row 3, what we want to do is we want to rejoin the purple, which hopefully will be sat down here. So we're just going to put our peach to the side, and we're going to bring up our purple, yarn over with our purple, and just bring that through, making sure it's not distorting our project. And now we're working with the purple. We're going to chain 3 from there. So 1, 2, 3, and turn your work. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a 1 double crochet between the first 2 double crochets. So exactly the same as before, but we want to carry the peach this time. So I'm going to bring the peach up to the top. And we're going to yarn over. I'm going to go between those first 2 double crochets, and we're going to do a double crochet. Okay, and then still carrying that peach, we're going to chain 1, do 2 double crochet in the chain 1 space in there. So I'm still carrying that peach. 2 double crochet in there. Okay, then chain 1, and we're going to repeat that to the end. So chain 1, and then still carrying that peach, find the next chain 1 space and do 2 double crochet in there. And then when we get to the end, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 2 double crochet between the last 2 double crochets. Well, it's the double crochet and the chain. So I'm still carrying the peach, hook into there and do 2 double crochet. And that's the end of row 3. Okay, so for the next row, very, very similar. We're going to swap back to our peach colour. Put the purple to the side, bring up the peach, which hopefully you've carried over. Just bring that up, then pull the purple and then bring down the peach. And again we do the same thing again, we chain 3 at the beginning. So chain 1, 2 and 3. Turn your work, and we do 1 double crochet between the first 2 double crochets. We're going to carry the purple, let's put that to the top. So go in between those first 2 double crochets and do a double crochet. Then we chain 1, and it's just the same thing again. We're going to carry the yarn, find the chain 1 space, and in there do 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Repeat that to the end. Chain 1 in between, carrying the yarn, find the next chain 1 space and do 2 double crochet. Chain 1, next chain 1 space, carrying the purple, 2 double crochet. Then at the very end, when you get to the end, we chain 1, and then we do 2 double crochet between the last double crochet and the chains. Do 2 double crochet in there. And that's the end of row 4. Then we're going to swap back to our purple. So we yarn over with the purple, bring that through, and then just bring down the peach. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and repeat the same thing. We do 1 double crochet between the first 2 double crochets, but we're going to carry that peach. So yarn over, find the gap between the first 2 double crochets. Do a double crochet, chain 1, then 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space, carrying the peach. One and 2, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space, still carrying that yarn. Chain 1, carrying the peach still, 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Then when you get to the end, we just chain 1, and we do 2 double crochet between the last double crochet and those chains, that gap. 2 double crochet. That's the end of row 5. Then swapping back to your other colour, do exactly the same thing again. We're going to yarn over with the new colour, bring that through the loop on your hook, bring that down, turn, and we'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we do 1 double crochet between the first 2 double crochets, but we're going to carry that purple, so in that gap there, do 1 double crochet, because those chains are going to count as a double crochet. Then chain 1, 2 double crochet in the chain 1 space, and repeat that to the other end, so exactly the same thing again. Chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. We just repeat this pattern until we've got 8 rows. So this is row 6. Chain 1, 2 double crochet, still carrying that purple. Chain 1. One more chain 1 space, 2 double crochet in there. Chain 1, then 2 double crochet between the last double crochet and those chains in there. And then you might just want to just pull that yarn you're carrying to make sure it's not looping anywhere. And that's it, that's the end of row 6. So we'll do 2 more rows exactly the same. So for row 7, I'm going to swap back to the purple, yarn over with the purple, tighten that down, turn, chain 3, 1 double crochet between those first 2 double crochets, but we're going to carry the peach, so yarn over, find the gap between those 2 stitches, do a double crochet, chain 1, and repeat the same pattern, carrying the peach, 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Listen to the sound of the birds outside. Isn't it lovely? Coming up to the end, we finish up exactly the same. We chain 1, we do 2 double crochet between the last DC and those chains. That's the end of row 7. Okay, so then we're going to tighten this peach that we've carried, because you might end up with, like, see these little loops here. So what I've been doing is just pulling the yarn I'm carrying just to neaten that off. There we go. Okay, and then one more row of exactly the same. We're going to swap back to the peach. We're going to finish on the peach. Peach. Yarn over. Bring that down. Chain 3. Turn. You can turn before you do the chain 3, or do the chain 3 after. Totally up to you. Then we don't need to carry the purple because this is our last row, so we're going to do 1 double crochet between those first 2 stitches. chain 1, and then same pattern, 2 double crochet in the chain 1 spaces, chaining 1 in between, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. Then at the end we chain 1 and 2 double crochet between the last DC and those chains. There we go, and that's the end. So we only do 8 rows in total, and then we can cut our yarn. And because this one ends up here, we're going to have to sew on the tassel down there. So I'm just going to cut our yarn completely, pull that loop through so that knots, and then I'm going to hide my tail ends. So I need to find a yarn needle from somewhere. Okay, so when you hide your tail ends, I'm just going to hide it in some similarly coloured yarn. Turn it over. Not that there's really a wrong or right side, but back in the opposite direction. There we go, and then trim down the excess. So I'm going to repeat that for my other tail ends, and then I'll come back and we'll make a tassel. But there is a separate tassel video anyway, so you can just go follow that if you want to, or you can just leave it like that for your third bunting triangle. But I'm just going to do that and then finish up. Okay, so I finished tying in my tail ends, but I've left this one down here. It's a little bit short, but I'm going to try and use it to tie on my tassel. So for this one I did a peachy tassel, so I'm going to do a purpley tassel for this one. So each tassel, you just take 10 strands that are about 8 inches long, so it's pretty much the width of this video, and cut that, and then we want 10 of these. So it's 1, 2, 10, so I've got 10 of those, and once you've got 10 strands, we are going to fold them over like that, and then what we want to do is we want to tie that to the bottom of our triangle. But I don't know if this is going to be long enough and have much to work with, but I'm going to just feed that through the loop, keeping it roughly even. Try and sew this into place. Just about enough. Okay, I'll hide that tail end after, and then once you've done that, I'm going to take a little bit of some peach yarn, and then I'm going to put that underneath, and then about 1 inch down, so only 1 inch, I'm going to tie a knot quite nice and tight, and then do a knot on top of that. And then I'm going to trim these down so they look like, it looks like a little bow. And then we want to just neaten off tassel ends, like so. And then what I did for this one, you can see it looks all frayed. Now I'm using a cotton yarn, 100% cotton yarn, which means I get these little individual strands. So what I do is I'm taking these strands and I'm splitting them, and I let it spin out so it undoes itself, which you can't see on camera. but then it splits the yarn, and I just do that for all the end pieces and it creates this lovely effect. So I'm going to do that and then I'll come back and show you the finished triangle. And there we go, there is our finished tassel, all nicely frayed, and I sewed in that tail end, made it more secure, and there is our finished bunting triangle. And that is triangle number 3 in our crochet along. So this is the diamond triangle, and you can find all the written versions for these triangles on my website at happyberry.co.uk. And a few of you have asked, what are these triangles for? You can actually crochet these as just normal triangles to make into whatever you like. You can even make them bigger into shawls if you want to, but what I'm actually doing, bunting, or as I think it's called pennants in America, is these are little triangles that we string together and then we hang them up to celebrate special occasions. So it's like, this is summer bunting, so you'd hang it up for a summer party or a birthday party, weddings, all sorts of celebrations. It's just to decorate and make a place look nice. So that's what we're making, and hopefully you'll join me in this little crochet along. You can find a full list of everything that's happened and all the written versions if you just go to happyberry.co.uk/cal, that's CAL, and you should find everything that's available so far. And like I said, if you'd like this little chap, he's also a free crochet pattern now, written pattern on my website at happyberry.co.uk. And if you would like him as my next crochet along, then let me know on Instagram especially, where I hang out the most, but you can also let me know below if you want to. And I'll see you soon for some more crochet fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. I think that one went better than that one. So what's next? The next one, vertical stripes next week. So on Friday I'm going to be showing you how to make vertical stripes.